here today with David Elia, the Managing Director of Trios Wraps. Welcome, David.
Thanks, great to be here.
What were the reasons that prompted Trios to rebrand at this stage?
Trios 360, Justine, is all about a reaffirmation of the brand rather than a rebrand. It is basically meant to reconnect with all the touch points with the consumer and looking at basically the look and feel, the food, the colours, and basically present Trios ready for the new era, with its core product being at the foremost at the brand and included within the brand name being Trios Wraps.
You've mentioned your target customers. How do you define this?
The target customers of today basically make up the majority being Gen Y and Gen X, a very discerning consumer, very mobile in terms of their activity. They're certainly looking for a me moment, call it, where at that point in time they feel very special and it's their own individual wrap or their own individual space that they're within, and they're very brand savvy, so they're actually looking for an experience when it comes to fast casual dining rather than just a product.
Grunge chic, tell me a bit about this.
Grunge chic is a very interesting term. A lot of people, when you actually talk about grunge, they basically talk about torn jeans and the so-called trend or the alternative, but we actually see it as more of a real bringing food and QSR back into reality. Earthy tones, lots of timber, lots of neutral colours within the palette of the store, allowing the customer to feel very individual within their own space, and allowing the food and the flavours of the food to basically come through.
How have you carried this over into your branding?
We have looked at all components of the brand itself, and from a branding, from a packaging perspective, it all comes down to trying to keep things earthy, neutral. We're putting a little bit of attitude into the communication, where we're providing thought-provoking statements, if we can call it, that allow consumers to feel as though that they're interacting with the brand on a one-to-one basis.
You mentioned earlier this morning that you have a very young, youthful, spirited team. Tell me about your team.
The team I've got are quite energetic, very youthful, certainly had a lot of experience in our industry. When we actually looked at the rebranding, they certainly looked at the terminology of grunge chic and had a bit of a play with it. We've worked through it for the last 18 months, and certainly the team now is very excited about where we've come out with the Trios 360 development, with this whole new look and feel, reaffirming the Trios brand and the core product in Trios Wraps.
Have your products or menu changed as a result of the rebranding?
Oh look, certainly. There's continual evolution with the products. We feel over the last 5 or 6 years that now health is a given, and we certainly take that most importantly with our business. But certainly from a flavour profile and taste perspective, which is what we believe is what a brand is all about, is we've certainly upped the ante. So there's a lot more focus and evolution with the recipes, and in terms of when it comes to spice, we're certainly taking it up a notch with our fiery crispy chicken wrap, and things like chili and wasabi mayo. So it's certainly becoming very exciting, and our youth of today, or our Gen X, Gen Y and Gen X, are certainly looking for a real taste experience.
Do you feel you are following the fashion or trends of QSR?
Trends that we feel that we're setting is that we're saying we're creating a space that is a very very individual space. Each store will look a little different, will take on the local environment, the local cultures and so forth. And will basically set a trend in terms of flavour profiling and service standards, and also we have models that potentially will actually fit into street locations, mall locations, and potentially food courts.
So thanks, David. This has been QSR Media.